Hi there. Hi there. This is Kerbal Space Program, and I am Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. What am I going to do? Right. Because I'm an idiot, if you hit escape, you can save the game. Right. But if you're particularly stupid, you can accidentally load the game. So I actually managed to save over my previous game because I am a moron. So if we go into mission control, I've got different missions. I've broken a few things. So I went back and so I've redone some missions. Basically, the idea was to try and catch up more or less to where I was. So I'm kind of in a slightly different place. Yeah. Thought for a moment I'd cancel that contract. I don't think I had. Because they're still active. So, yeah. I have also managed to yeah, I've also managed to watch some tutorials from a person whose name I've forgotten. Scott, somebody. I don't want to bring it up because if I swap away from the Kerbal window, that'll just cause craziness. God, I'm an idiot. Who was it? Anyway, there were some interesting things on how to get extra science. So I've not been getting science out of my missions as efficiently as I might have done. So that was a bit weird. So literally what we're going to do is come up with this ridiculous fake spacecraft, right? Can't fly. I'm also going to get rid of some of these old messages because these are contracts I've completed. I don't need to know that I've completed them anymore. So get rid of all of those. Yeah, so this is going to be a completely stupid and ridiculous mission. It's going to be a completely stupid and ridiculous mission. Advancement, that's it. I'm also going to take Jebediah off and put my scientist in. So this is a craft that cannot fly, right? So we're going to launch it. Can't fly. No flying. No flying is going to happen. But because it's not going to go anywhere, when I get round to recovering it, which I can do, it counts as being right next to the space center, and therefore it's 100% recoverable. So I'm going to do a crew report. I get some science, and I'm going to transmit it because that means that frees up a slot. I'm going to do a goo experiment. I'm not sure if I get anything. I may have done goo. Because it turns out that all of these. There we go. I get some science. I don't know that I've got enough. Yeah, so recovery. When I get, so I'm gonna. Right. So that takes up a slot, right? of information. So we go to the crew hatch. Actually, I want to do that. Right. So I EVA, right? So this Kerbal now counts. If I click on Mr. Kerbal here, and I click on EVA report, EVA report while flying over Kerbin's shores, right, counts as flying, and that's 5.6 science. I'll keep that data. Now the weird thing is, I can click on the crew hatch, store the experiment. I can take the data and then store it, and it's all very weird. So I'm going to hit space, and now he's on the ground. It's fallen over because he's stupid. Right, so I can right click on him, do an EVA report, get science, keep it. Go back to the crew hatch, store the experiment. Oh, that's just hilarious. I can time warp. Right, so the thing is, each of these bits count as a different biome. So this is the crawl way. So this is in theory anyway. This is how my spacecraft get towed down there. So I can now apparently do another EVA report on the crawl away, and that's a completely separate bit of science. I love the fact that I can time warp. That is just madness. Ooh, don't jump while in fast forward mode. And I can store the experiment. And we can go check goo. And then store. So that's like 4 experiments. I don't know if the flag counts as a. Let's find out. Let's find out if the flag counts as a different flag. Let's run over the flag. Let's see what happens. It's launch pads. It's going to give me more science. It all adds up. I'll go back to the crew hatch. Store it. Oh, okay. So right. So that does. Okay, I've already got that one. So what I'm going so I'm now gonna grab on. I'm gonna board. Board anyway. So yeah, there's one experiment. Yeah, going to the flag wasn't enough of a different biome. So that's fine. So I'll recover it. And in the end, that mission should have not cost me anything. Which is all a bit mad. So my science is now 53. So I got, 5.6, 2.4, 2.4, 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of science there. I've got all the bits back. Crew got and he got an experience point. So that's pretty cool. Now, if I go to R&D, I've now got bits I can go for. I can actually go for the science tech, which is good because that means I'm now able to do more science. So I can do the same thing again and chuck, do lab stuff. So I can do science junior experiments, which gets me more science, which enables me to unlock more things, which is deeply childish but hilarious, quite frankly. So we'll eventually want to do some of these things. So survivability and then science tech. Landing. Small gear bay. Just looking at things. So later be able to do space exploration. Ability enhancer. Otherwise known as a ladder. Too hot thermometer. So what do we get here? I've got a science lab and I've got a rechargeable battery pack. 2 quadruple A batteries and holds a maximum of 100 units of charge. Yeah, so science. So these upper atmosphere ones, you apparently get different ones for flying over the water, flying over the shores. I haven't done a flying over the grasslands or the other highlands, because that's another one. Yeah, so those tutorials of the guy whose name I've suddenly forgotten. I'm very sorry. Really bad. I'll try and remember for next time. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about being very careful to do the bits of science. So, for example, I can go into the spaceplane hangar. I haven't done anything in the spaceplane hangar yet. So again, we're just gonna grab a pod. Keys to there are keys to rotate. So there we go. And we're gonna let's try the science. Ah, rotating thing is gonna be so cool. Mystery goo. I'm not sure why I'd want that. I suppose it is. Battery pack. And the money's irrelevant. The money means nothing because I'll get all the money back. Right, so swap out the crew because Bill the engineer hasn't got an experience point yet, so we'll get Bill the engineer an experience point. This also means that I'm not going to feel bad if I start just using Jebediah for other missions. Because Jebediah is actually a pilot, he can control the ship better, which means I can effectively use an SAS. So I've got better control, which I can't do with Bill or Bob. There you go. So this time I'm doing. So this is a raw science thing, and I've suddenly realised I'm probably not going. I should have put Shouldn't use a science junior because I can't do an EVA because well, I can't. Well, actually, I don't think I even need to do it. I can't do an EVA where Bob gets out or Bill, whoever's in there. He's not going to be able to get out. So we'll observe the mystery goo. Get some science. Keep it. So EVA. He can't. The thing is, I can't get him on the. Well, I can. Maybe I can. I can't really get him on the ground. We'll deploy the science thing. Can I not? I don't know if. Oh, I don't know if it does things. So EVA reports. Flying over Kerbal shores. Okay, so we've already got that. All right. So go back in. Do a crew report here to get anything useful. So I get some science here because I'm on the runway. Good thing there's not a lot of traffic because I don't think we ever got clearance from the town to be here. So we'll transmit that one. Okay, I clearly don't know what the science community. I don't clearly. I can. Oh, I can observe the materials, but I'll do that. Material study from runway. The material shows little signs of change, though one of the samples appears to be judging you silently, which I will keep. And I'll just see. I can click on the crew hatch. I want to see if I can't. No, it's not letting me. Not letting me do the thing that I was expecting to be able to do, which is get in there and do the funky thing where I kind of store things. Oh yeah, I can store the experiment. All right, it's not. Yeah, it's okay. It's not helping me. But I can observe the goo. I got that. Yeah, I got that. So I've gotten some science. Yes, recover. So very. It's kind of a bit cheesy. But I have done extra science. So I got 10 science out of that, which gets me to science 20, which is, quite neat. I've got all the bits back, and Bill's got an experience point. That was a bit cheesy, but never mind. Okay. Now, let's go quickly check. Now, my problem at the moment is I'm supposed to test the Rockamax back solid fuel booster in flight over Kerbal. But I need to get the buggering thing. I need to get the actual solid fuel booster itself up to a very high level to do this. (2,800 meters). The parachute, I think, is fine. The parachute should just be I send the thing up and I just kind of fly down again. So I've got to deploy it between 5,800 and 8,300. So I think that's all right. But I kind of put myself in a situation where, by choosing that mission, I've made my life a bit inconvenient. So that's the beast. However, there are a few things that I didn't quite understand, and I haven't understood about how these things work. Man. everything except the one thing I want to click. There we go. Which is that if I go to structural and I put a decoupler, I can just slap another booster underneath it, which I did not realise I could do. So that's 16 tons out of the tons that I'm allowed. So what I'm going to do... No, actually no, let's check things. How much is that? 0.05. And how much is that booster? That's... No, so that's going to take me over what I can... Although, what we're going to do, let's chuck that on. Let's grab that, chuck that on the bottom. I'm now over my weight tolerance. But, I don't know if I can... Okay, so even if I take all the fuel out, then that doesn't actually help. So that is pointless. I thought I could maybe take away... I could take away some of the fuel. So I don't need that. I'm going to put Jebediah in. I'm not going to be doing anything that's going to give him an experience point. So that's... But I want him in because he's going to be able to control things. Seeing I've got some spare... cash monies. I'm going to try and save these. I'm also going to structural. I keep forgetting where the couples are. Take those away. I'm going to go with 3 for those. I don't think there's a huge point in. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're a bit expensive, but it's 700. I mean, how much have I got left? Not very much. And to be honest, what I should probably do is, because I don't know if that's going to get me up on where I need to be on its own. And I really only want to test this. I'm not really that interested in going very high up. I'm just interested in testing it. Getting to 23,800 meters and over 160 meters per second, and then just firing it. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. Right, okay, staging. Staging is going to be rock colour kind of important, because my staging is probably all bulbed. Right, so... that's my first one, and then I want to fire that. And those parachutes, which seem for some reason to be separate, but it doesn't matter. Then I want to fire, so I need another stage, which is this. There you go. So that'll be that. Then that will fire. I could probably do. I want to just put them all in one. So that fires, decoupler happens, and those parachutes deploy. And then eventually that decoupler and those parachutes will deploy. And then I will want to deploy my parachute when I'm below the certain altitude. Let's try that then. Don't know if I'm going to bother trying any more science. I might, depending on where I land, I might fart about with that. If I land somewhere interesting, I might see what I can do. So just to review, that's going to go off. Then all the separation is going to happen. Then that separating is going to happen. I'm going to click that. So I want that to remain open. And basically I just want to go up. I want to see if that will take me to 23,800. If it doesn't, then that's going to be a pain. Fundamentally. Now the main thing is, yeah, because it won't count it. It's not going to count it. I mean, this second stage may get me there, and it might not. So what I might have been able to do. What I might have been able to do is, if I take almost all the fuel out of that one, because I don't really care about that. I just need to. It's just a big lump of thing I need to haul into orbit. That's getting me there, but I need to activate it. I need to activate its staging. Need to have a bit of think about that one. I'll do some science on it. Should have taken my goo up. Yeah, I've already done this one. I may also lose those two because I may go beyond. There's a whole thing about being in. If you're too far away from the object, then it effectively disappears, and you can't recover it, so you lose that. Yeah, so I've lost the other bits, I think. Yeah, because I've gone over 2.5 kilometers away from them, so I can't track them anymore and stuff. Oh, I'm annoying. It also means I fundamentally I don't know how to. It's not so much. I mean, these missions. Some of them are, steps along your way to becoming a space station. I should also worry about the fact that I've broken Earth orbits. or I've broken Earth's atmosphere without, I don't have a mission to do that. And that means I'm missing out on science I could have done. Let's try things. Let's try things. I haven't bothered. I mean, I haven't made a proper getting into orbit spacecraft. I've just broken the atmosphere. Don't want to be in the admin building. I don't know why I clicked that. I want to be here. I don't know whether I deliberately got that and then actually check my that. Yeah, so that means I've lost that mission. I can't now take that mission, so that's cash money I can't now get. So I've actually been a bit silly in the way I've been doing it. Yeah. Still a chunk of money for going into orbit, which is I think I can do. Going into orbit, I think, gives you a fair amount. You get quite a lot for completion. But I don't. Going by the tutorials that I've been seeing, I actually kind of don't want. Oh, why is everything suddenly pausing? I don't want to go into orbit, and I really shouldn't have broken the atmosphere before I upgraded the astronaut center. I think it's the astronaut center. You need to upgrade that in order to. Everything's frozen. I do hope that's not broken. It says it's not responding. Anyway, what you're supposed to do is you don't want to go into orbit and stuff until you can do space EVAs. You need to upgrade your astronaut sensors to do that. I think that's the thing you need to upgrade. And I ain't done that yet, and I might not be able to do it because it looks like my game has crashed. Nope, it is deceased. Well, that's a bit sad. Gaze upon this blank screen, as I say. I do hope you enjoyed the video, apart from the whole crashing thing. Please like and subscribe. That would make you feel better. Sorry, that was pathetic. I do apologize. I shouldn't do things like that. Do join us at nearlyenoughdicecom, which is our role-playing game team podcast and blog. And until next time, assuming your game does not crash,